Once upon a time, nestled in a small village surrounded by majestic mountains, there lived a 24-year-old young man named Marco. His mind was never at rest. Thoughts constantly swirled in his head, keeping him awake at night and making him feel restless during the day. Every moment, his mind was filled with worries, regrets about the past, and fears for the future. His life felt like a storm. He couldn't find peace, couldn't sleep well, and even forgot how to smile. His heart was heavy, and his mind was constantly in turmoil. One day, Marco heard a story about a distant village up in the hills where a wise old man lived. This man had once been a renowned psychologist in the city, helping countless people find peace within themselves. But now, in his old age, he had left the hustle and bustle of city life to live in a quiet village, close to nature. From time to time, he would share his wisdom with those who sought his help. Marco's curiosity was sparked. Maybe, just maybe, this wise old man could help him find the peace he so desperately needed. So, with a sense of hope, Marco embarked on a long and tiring journey to find the village. The arrival. After days of travel, Marco finally arrived at the village in the hills. As he walked through the quiet streets, he spotted a small house covered in green vines. Sitting peacefully on the porch, eyes closed, was the old man. Marco approached him, his heart filled with both hope and anxiety. "Grandfather," he said softly, "my mind is always racing. I can't stop thinking. I want peace in my heart. Can you help me?" The old man slowly opened his eyes, a calm smile spreading across his face. "Ah, you are seeking peace. Then come with me," he said. "I will give you a task." The old man led Marco to a small yard and filled a glass to the brim with water, so full that even the slightest movement would spill it. He handed the glass to Marco and said, "I want you to walk to the edge of the village and return. But remember, don't spill a single drop of water." Marco was surprised, but he accepted the challenge. He carefully took the glass in his hands and began walking. The road was narrow and busy, people walking, shopkeepers calling out, and dogs barking in the distance. But Marco focused solely on the glass in his hand, determined to keep it steady. Step by step, he walked slowly and carefully, blocking out the distractions around him. The return. After what felt like an eternity, Marco returned to the old man, his eyes full of concentration and pride. "Grandfather, I did it," he said. "I didn't spill a single drop of water." The old man nodded and smiled. "That's good, Marco. But tell me this. Did you notice the children playing on the side of the road? Did you hear the dogs barking?" Marco looked at the old man, puzzled. "No, I didn't notice anything. I was only focused on the glass." The old man's smile deepened. "Ah, that is the secret. You see, when your mind stays in the present moment, there is no room for fear, no confusion, no endless thoughts. When you focused only on the water in the glass, your mind became completely still. You weren't thinking about the past. You weren't worried about the future. You were simply here in this moment." The lesson learned. Marco paused, and slowly it began to sink in. This was the peace he had been searching for. Peace isn't something we find outside ourselves. It is something already within us, waiting to be found when we learn to live fully in the present moment. The old man smiled kindly. "Now you understand, Marco. If you want to calm your mind, you must keep it in the present. When you live in the now, you will find true peace." Marco bowed his head respectfully. "Grandfather, now I understand. If I want peace, I must focus only on this moment. That is where true peace lies." The old man nodded, and as the sun began to set, casting its last golden light over the land, Marco turned to leave. Birds were returning to their nests, and the village was slowly settling into the quiet of the evening. A new beginning. As Marco made his way back home, he was no longer the restless young man who had arrived at the village. He had changed. The storm inside his mind had calmed. He had learned how to find peace within himself by staying present. And so, Marco walked home with a lighter heart, knowing that true peace doesn't come from changing the world around us, but from changing the way we live in the world. He would always remember the lesson the old man had taught him. Outro. If you found this story inspiring, please give it a like and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more uplifting stories and valuable life lessons. Thank you for being with us today. We'll see you in the next story with more thoughts and more lessons to share. Until then, stay well and stay peaceful. This version enhances the flow, emphasizes the key lesson in a more subtle manner, and creates a deeper connection with the audience. It also wraps up nicely with an inspiring call to action. Let me know if you'd like me to adjust any specific parts.